Okay, so today we're looking at Gorod Krovi. Now this map, again, same as Zetspo. What a faff. Like, this one actually stressed me out. Trying to get everything back again after not playing it in a long time. Really took me some time to get. And I gotta say, whoever came up with the Dragon Egg steps to get the gauntlet, why? Why? It's so annoying. But other than that, yeah, let's talk about Gorod Krovi. The map itself, weapons it added, the wonder weapons, all that cool stuff. And as always with these videos, Easter eggs and solid Easter eggs, as well as a more in-depth look at the wonder weapon. Well, this map's a bit different, will be done in separate videos. So without further ado, let's go for it. So let's start with the more annoying weapon to get in this map overall, and that is the Gauntlet of Siegfried, I think it's called. So it's a little dragon that sits on your wrist. You just saw the gameplay of it just a moment ago. It's very tedious to get. Very tedious to get. So essentially you have to get the Pack-a-Punch, knock an egg down, and then the egg's got a bunch of different things you need to do for it to be like fully ready to hatch, and then you get it. Again, I'll go more into that in a separate video. But the weapon itself has two different forms. Again, you saw from the footage. So you've got the dragon itself. It can either sit on your arm and act like a flamethrower, which is very strong, or you can kind of send it off and it'll go off and like shoot enemies near you, and instead you'll get a fist, like a power fist. And that thing is very strong as well. You can pretty much train up a whole horde melee and just go straight through them all. It can kill you if you're not careful, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But it's a very fun little weapon to use, and it's worth the hassle of getting it, but my goodness, is it a hassle. The second and extra weapon you can get, well, it's not really a weapon, is the Dragon Strike. Now that is the little green symbol on the right side of the hood. This thing is very easy to get hold of initially. There is an upgrade, and I haven't done that in this run. But again, when we cover the Easter eggs and stuff like that, I'll get to it. By the way, just then in the background, don't do that with the glove. That's what I meant by it can get you killed. If you dash through napalm zombies, which we'll get to in a little bit, they'll kill you. So don't do that. But yeah, the Dragon Strike essentially acts like a slightly shorter version of a monkey. You call it down, zombies near it get attracted to it, and then the dragon basically hits the spot on the ground, kills everything. You can't upgrade it, but again, I haven't done that yet, and it'll be something I'll cover more so in a different video later down the line. So you also have the riot shield for this map, and I believe the name of it is the Guard of Fafnir. And again, very easy to build. Pretty much all the parts are really quick to get straight away, and just acts like a normal shield, but it does have a ranged ability where it kind of shoots a big ball of green fire. Very strong, very cool to use, and again, very simple to get. But the wonder weapon, the main wonder weapon on this map, is the Ray Gun Mark III, which upgrades into the Maelstrom of Eris. Very fun to use, very fun to use. So essentially it's two guns. One is like a little zap gun, kind of like a normal ray gun, but it looks different. And then the other one shoots this little like rift, and zombies near the rift get slowed down. But if you shoot the rift with like the zap version of the gun, it kind of turns it into kind of like a Gersh device where it sucks up enemies near it and kills them. Very strong, very good for training. I use this room for training, and to be honest, it's good, but it's a bit dangerous. I just think it's good because it's quick. But yeah, it helps a lot to have this gun, and there's no buildable. You doesn't have to find a million parts for it. It's just in the box, which is nice. So this map introduces two different enemy types. One I'm sure many people are familiar with, and then one which is only present in this map, and I absolutely despise them. So the first one is the Manglers. The Manglers are introduced in Gorod Krovi, and they're very much present in nowadays zombies, Cold War, Black Ops 6. They're in a lot of those maps. Compared to Black Ops 6 currently, with the amount of Manglers that spawn in high rounds, they're very easy to deal with in this game. Very easy in comparison. Yeah, this was their first introduction, and I actually think they look cooler in this map than nowadays zombies. They're kind of pretty much the same, but I don't know. I just think they look a bit more menacing in Gorod, but that's just me. Now the other enemy type. Now this is the equivalent to a dog round on this map, and you've probably seen a few of them flying around in the footage in the background, as well as the actual waves themselves, and they are the goddamn Valkyrie drones. I hate these enemies. Probably one of my least favourite enemies in zombies ever. They're beyond annoying. So on the actual waves themselves, where it's just those, no problem. There's only a few of them. You're not dealing with anything else, and it's fine. But my god, when they start spawning in with normal rounds, they are beyond annoying to deal with. So they zap you constantly. They fly like right past you, which is a collision, which means you get stuck if you're training, and they're just a nuisance to deal with. They're so annoying. Visually, they look awesome, but other than that, I hate them. I absolutely hate them. So that's all the big additions to the map in terms of weapons and enemy types and stuff like that. Now, in terms of the map itself, I really like the map. I like the setting. I think the dragons being added it's really over the top, but it's really cool at the same time. The fact that you ride a dragon to pack a punch it's really cool. But they also make this spot specifically a lot more difficult. So as you can see right there, that is a spot where the dragons can breathe fire onto the map, and it's very close to this spot, and it's not really that big of a deal, but it does spawn in or create napalm zombies, and they're very annoying to deal with, especially if you do what I did earlier and go through them with the gauntlet. You are guaranteed to die. But they explode, they can ruin trains, they can get you killed fairly quickly if there's too many of them, because they just hurt. But they're not in any way different to normal zombies. They just explode and do more damage when they explode. But yeah, they can really throw off late game. Luckily, there's ways to kind of remove them. I think if you use the ray gun and use its like Gersh device type shot, it pretty much just gets rid of them and don't explode. But yeah, they're very annoying to deal with if there's too many of them, and you just want to be careful that you're not getting swarmed by them, because they are going to down you very quickly if there's like more than 2 or 3 of them. One thing the Manglers also do in this spot, which happens a few times, it's nothing crazy, but what it can do is when it fires its cannon, it can knock down like any other zombie in front of it. And if you're trying to run a train, it does slow it down a little bit, because you gotta wait for them to get back up again, and then you've got to kind of like rerun it. This spot is not the best. This spot is a spot that really needs focus, because it's so quick. Like there's like loads of spawns around, the dragon's right there, and it can be quite annoying. But you can blitz through the rounds quite quickly here if you're fully set up. But yeah, it just kind of leads me back to what I was talking about with Zetsubou and Gorod. As a whole, like, they're good maps. I really like the maps themselves, but there's so much busy work just to get set up, especially with the egg on this map compared to Zetsubou. I think the egg is like the most annoying part. You can kind of get through it a lot easier early on, but even then it's just more annoying to deal with. Like I said, the reward for doing all that stuff is worth it, so doing it as early as possible is kind of like the idea. But yeah, it's such a pain in the arse. But they did tone that down with Revelations a lot, in terms of doing specific things to get upgrades and stuff. And I'll be covering Revelations next, because it's the last map on Black Ops 3 Zombies. But I'm currently in the process of playing through it and figuring out where things are and, you know, stuff like that again in a minute. So it'll probably be a few days before that's out. But yeah, that's Gorod. Again, any side Easter eggs going more in depth with the specific weapons to the map will be done in separate videos. And there's a lot in this map, as well as Zetsubou, that is pretty fun to do. So I'll leave that for those videos. But yeah, leave your thoughts on Gorod down below. I know this map's kind of like a mixed bag of opinions, I've heard. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys think of it. But yeah, Revelations next. Should be out in a few days. And as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.